Ladies and gentlemen, as most of you may well know, Pat Burns on Friday, November 19th, 2010 has passed away. So I thought I'd make a video blog reflecting on his NHL coaching careers as well as his hockey coaching career in general. Before he became a hockey coach, Pat Burns was a police officer in Gatineau, Quebec. Pat Burns started off as a coach in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League for the Hull Olympiques from 1984 to 1987 and moved up to the American Hockey League team Sherbrooke Canadiens, in which he coached in the 1987-1988 season. And in the 1988-1989 season, he coached the Montreal Canadiens to the Stanley Cup Finals against the Calgary Flames. The Habs lost, but Burns won his first Jack Adams Trophy for his efforts to help the Habs try to win their 24th cup, even though they won that cup in 1993. After that, under his coaching, the Habs made it as far as the second round of the playoffs until the 1991-1992 season, when he was fired upon the conclusion of the Habs season that year. And in the summer of 1992, the Toronto Maple Leafs, under the general manager Cliff Fletcher, hired him as their head coach, which began a new era for Toronto, with Wendell Clark, Felix Potvin, and Doug Gilmour, who was acquired in the trade in the previous season from Calgary. Pat Burns took the Leafs to the playoffs, in which they eliminated Detroit. By the way, Game 7 of the Detroit Red Wings versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, oh man, that was great. I mean, that must have had Leaf fans on the verge of a heart attack, fearing that they would be eliminated. Well, guess what? They didn't, and that game ended up being one of my favorite games that the Leafs played with Pat Burns as their head coach. And the Leafs went on to eliminate the St. Louis Blues, and they went on up until Game 7 against the LA Kings and the controversial high stick that went unnoticed by referee Kerry Fraser. Pat Burns did manage to pick up his second Jack Adams Trophy that year, even though the Leafs made it as far as the conference finals. And in the 1993-1994 season, his coaching skills got the Leafs off to a great start. In fact, the Leafs earned their spot in history for having the best start, 10 wins before their first loss in the season, which is a record that is now tied with Buffalo and the Leafs. The Leafs would once again make it to the conference finals, only to lose to Pat Quinn's Vancouver Canucks. And in the 1994-1995 season, the Leafs were eliminated in the first round, and Pat Burns was fired before that season ended. Pat Burns was unemployed for the 1996-1997 season, and in 1997, Burns was hired by the Bruins, and even though they were eliminated in the first round, Burns that year became the first coach in NHL history to win 3 Jack Adams trophies, in which he got his third in 1997. And in the 1999-2000 season, for the first time in his NHL career, coached a team that failed to make the playoffs, and he was fired before the 2000-2001 season ended a year later. Once again, Pat Burns found himself unemployed for a season and was hired by the New Jersey Devils in 2002. And in that year, he managed to take them all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals and win the Stanley Cup, which was for the first time in his career. And after the 2003-2004 season, in which the Devils were eliminated in the first round, he was forced to retire due to colon cancer in 2005 and accepted a special assignment coach job with the Devils. Pat Burns had a reputation for being a tough coach and had a short fuse with the referees, which was something fans admired about him. Afterwards, in a trial involving 2 Hells Angels members, evidence had been brought forward stating that both of them and Burns were associated in different parts of Burns' career. In 2009, Pat Burns was diagnosed with lung cancer, but in 2010, he was honored by the Stansted College with the construction of the Pat Burns Arena, which is scheduled for completion in 2011. Around that time, many hockey fans felt frustrated that Pat Burns' name was not accepted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. To this date, on Facebook there is a page called Let's Get Pat Burns into the Hockey Hall of Fame Now. So if you go on Facebook after this video blog is done, just look up that name and you'll find it. There was a report on September 16th of 2010 that Pat Burns had died. That report was false, but the truth was that he had gone home to Magog, Quebec, but unfortunately his colon cancer had gotten into his lungs as a result. On Friday, November 19th, 2010, Pat Burns had died, creating a ton of grief and sadness throughout the hockey world. He leaves behind his family, a ton of hockey memories with the fans and the players. Now, Cliff Fletcher had something to say after he learned that Pat Burns had died. Pat forged a tremendous bond not only with a very good veteran team in Toronto, but also with Leaf fans everywhere. He commanded respect from the players, and the team quickly had great success while taking on the identity of the head coach. The Leafs' rise at the time was a testament to Pat's strength, toughness, and determination. Hiring him 18 years ago was easily my best decision in hockey. Pat Burns, we as Leaf fans, the hockey fans, and the entire hockey world will miss you. May you rest in peace.